Joining us now to sort all this out, GOP strategist John Thomas, also Democratic campaign consultant Dave Jacobson. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
I feel like deja vu here because this is the exact platform that Trump ran on in 2012, briefly, albeit, against President Obama, claiming, he wasn't a citizen and demanding to see the birth certificate, and he had a loud vocal, following from that. It didn't get him any points in 2012, so I wonder what it's going to do for him now against Ted Cruz.
Well, I think the challenge Donald Trump has right now is that we notice he's in trouble, and he knows he's in trouble, right?
Why do you say that when he's topping every poll?
Well, he started an ad campaign because he's not winning in Iowa, right? So Ted Cruz is gaining grounds on him there, and so now he's attacking Ted Cruz. I mean, this is his way of attacking Ted Cruz. He knows how to do it. He did it to Obama in 2012.
But I don't think it worked.
But that was to the broader electorate. Now, what he has to, look, Ted Cruz has stolen every issue Donald Trump's been running on. He's stolen him on immigration and building a wall. So every, carpet bombing. He's beat Trump on the issues. Now he's got to cast doubt that Donald Trump isn't one of us, that he's a foreigner. And look, I don't think it's going to be effective at the end of the day, but we're here talking about it.
Right. I think the major issue here is that Donald Trump is a real mastermind when it comes to creating buzz and making headlines, right? This is the playbook that he's sort of implemented throughout this campaign to make him the frontrunner. The issue is he hasn't really attacked Ted Cruz up until this point. Why? Because he's been leading all the polls. Now he's sinking in Iowa, and Trump is surging. The question is, though, the hypocrisy, where really Donald Trump knows no bounds when it comes to this issue. Just months ago, he said that he was, quote, fine with the birther issue when it came to Cruz. Now, fast forward to today, and Donald Trump is clearly desperate, clearly tanking in the polls, and using this as an attack.
So what does Ted Cruz do at this point? First of all, let's see. This is how Ted reacted. Here was his response on Twitter. Remember the Happy Days Jump the Shark episode? Right. Take a look.
Good old Fonzie jumping the shark. Ted Cruz loves to go back for antiquated references when attacking his opponents, I've noticed. Like, everything is...
That was it.
The Princess Bride.
Does he go for the bait? Does he engage with Donald Trump in this?
Well, I think this was symbolic, right? But according to reports today, he was asked about Donald Trump yet again after he sent out that tweet. And he went with the same play. He said, I like Donald Trump. So clearly his strategy's been working. I think he's going to continue to do that because he's leading in Iowa.
Yeah, Ted Cruz wants to become the establishment answer to Donald Trump. So if the conversation keeps moving that it's the two of them and the rest of the field, Ted Cruz likes that. But if you're Donald Trump, you need to get Ted Cruz off message. You need to take him off immigration. You need all these key issues.
That's what I was going to ask you, because doesn't Donald Trump have a problem in going after Ted Cruz? The birther issue is kind of an out there issue to go after him about, but they almost have the same platform. They have almost the same stance on immigration.
You need points of differentiation.
So where are you going to argue with him?
That's right. So that's, Donald Trump's really only course is to get him off and say, now you've got an issue. Well, you can put this issue to bed, Ted Cruz, by going to court. He's not going to do that, right? Especially not this close to Iowa.
No. Does this help or hurt the Democrats?
Oh, I think it definitely helps the Democrats. I mean, the reality is these guys aren't really talking about policy. There's no sort of discourse. Here's my vision for America. Here's how I'm going to change America. These guys are just lobbing personal attacks against each other. It's hurting Republicans. It's helping Democrats.
There's been talk that the Republican Party now is talking about the possibility of having either Donald Trump or someone like Ted Cruz as their candidate. And now that they're kind of doing an end around and trying to say, okay, let's try to really start looking at other candidates to try and sort of head them off at the pass. Do you think that's happening right now? And is there a concern that these two will eventually be one of the candidates?
There is, and I think the principal challenge Ted Cruz has had from the beginning was that of viability. People kept saying, well, if Ted Cruz does win the nomination, there's no way. He's too extreme. He can't beat Hillary Clinton. Right. And so Ted Cruz has rebutted that narrative and done it well, and I think that's what Donald Trump is trying to get at, saying, well, you can't beat Hillary because you're going to get tied up in court over this major issue.
And let's not forget, there are a million people running for
It's not just two of them.
Yeah, and you almost forget how many. So Chris Christie came out with an ad. Let's take a look at it before we comment.
Do not be fooled. Any significant division within the Republican Party leads to the same awful result. Hillary Rodham Clinton, in January of 2017, taking the oath of office as President of the United States. This country cannot afford that outcome, and thus we Republicans have a duty, I believe a profound moral duty, to work together.
That's interesting because he's not even going after the other Republicans that he would need to beat to get the nomination. He's going after the Democrats. Is that a good
we have a rule in both our sides is you never attack down. And right now, if you look at the polls in New Hampshire, Chris Christie is surging. He's got the momentum. He's owning that lane of national security. And so why get off message by attacking somebody else and lifting them up? Play the fifth command, never attack a fellow Republican, stay focused, look like a leader, and own his lane. I think it was the right play.
Right, I think he's trying to take the moral high ground here, I think, and it's creative and it's innovative out of the box because what you're seeing on the television screens in Iowa and New Hampshire and all these other states is just personal attacks going back and forth with all the other candidates. The question is the hypocrisy issue here when it comes to Christie. Just weeks ago and on all the debate stages, he's been attacking other Republicans, right? So now he flips it over and he says, hey guys, let's not attack each other. Let's take the high road.
There's a difference when you're in first, you're rising in the polls, right?
Absolutely.
Before he was down here, now he's up here.
Right, totally. The question is, though, whether voters are going to see this as deceptive and misleading because just days ago he was attacking his opponents.
I just wish Republicans and Democrats could get along as well as these two. That is my wish.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath.
We'll have you guys back for sure.
Gloves will be off in a month.
The bromance continues.
Thank you guys both.
Thank you, John, Dave. Appreciate it.
There is a little